Wow, does my hair ever look red here?
Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, a little introduction. This is a place to share stories, adventures, and everything I wish I had known before embarking on them. My name is Drina, and you're watching From Fiji to Here. Today, it's all about backpacks. Not school bags, the big ones, the backpacks that you travel long-term with. Luckily, I had a father who was into scouts and camping, so my first trip, he had a backpack that I could borrow. Unfortunately, on said trip, the airline actually broke one of the waist clips, so the backpack really wasn't great for long-term travel since you couldn't distribute the weight. Sorry, Dad. Since then, I've been on the hunt for the perfect backpack. Now, I say perfect because every year there's new improvements coming out, new makes and models, similar to cars. And you also don't necessarily know the cons of a bag until after you've bought it, used it, worn it in a little, found out what works and what doesn't. Going along with that, my perfect backpack doesn't necessarily mean it'll be your perfect backpack. Everybody has different travel needs and wants, and it all really depends what you're looking for. When I was looking for my ideal bag and doing research, watching YouTube videos like this one, kind of trying to see reviews on bags that I thought I might like, I wish that there had been a little more context into exactly that. What the person was going to use the bag for, what kind of packer they were, and what kind of type of travel they liked. It makes a huge difference if you're staying in 5-star hotels, unpacking for a week, or if you are jumping around from country to country, place to place, every couple days. It matters if you're going on budget airlines or if you are buying business class tickets and get free checked luggage. It makes a huge difference. So I'm hoping that this video kind of gives you a little more insight into that, into what kind of traveler I am, and why this bag works for me, and if maybe it'll work for you. Anyways, let's get right into it. Introducing my primary travel backpack. Now, I say primary because I don't always take this bag with me. If I'm going somewhere where I'll be staying for a week or two, like my parents' house, I'm not moving around a lot. For example, I think when I went to New York, same thing. We were there for just over a week, but we didn't move. It was one place. I brought a small carry-on roller bag. If you guys want to see a video about all my other luggage, I can show you that in a separate video. But for this one, we're going to focus on this bag, which I bring if I am going to multiple countries in a short period of time, or multiple countries in a long period of time, but staying for short sprints. So for example, I think this video is coming out in the midst of the Europe series. This was my go-to bag. This was also the bag I brought for Australia, and you'll see it in future videos as well. Now, a little overview about the bag. This bag here is the Farpoint 55 by Osprey in burnt orange, which doesn't really matter, but I really actually enjoy the color. I originally wanted to go with black. However, my dad talked me out of it specifically because there are so many black bags. If you are checking the bag and you're trying to get it from the carousel, it's a lot easier to see the burnt orange. I really like the Osprey brand, especially because of the lifetime warranty, which when traveling with different airlines and whatnot, it comes in handy for things when the airline breaks your waist strap or breaks the buckle or tears your bag, because they are cloth, they're not hard case. However, one of the reasons I was sold on this bag is specifically because the straps do have a panel that comes out. I'll try and show you here. A panel that comes out from the bottom and zips all the straps away for when you're traveling by plane or even by train. It's helpful. It kind of just makes it more like a duffel bag type, so nothing's gonna get caught or torn or buckles being broken. The bag's actually made up of 2 compartments. You have the large bag here as well as the day bag on the front. The large bag itself is 45 liters, and then the smaller bag is a 10-liter day bag, and it can attach to the front with a zipper as well as a clip, just like so, and pulls off so you have the 2 separate bags. If your plan is to travel with these bags as carry-on, something to note is the dimensions of this bag, because there's a wire frame around it, are a couple centimeters larger than most carry-on restrictions for airlines. However, if you're flying with a bigger airline like WestJet, Air Canada, United, Delta, I've never had them ask. I've never had them deny it either. But if you're flying with a budget airline, something like Swoop, Flair, Ryanair in Europe, they likely will deny it. As for the type of traveler I am, if you've seen any of my packing videos, you'll notice that I'm not a minimalist by any means, but I don't think I'm consistently an overpacker either. I fall somewhere in the middle. I believe in keeping things simple and basic. However, I also believe that you should keep around things like favorites or something that's a priority for you. The way I tend to use these bags together is that I put all of my necessities in the larger bag, and then I use the little bag for kind of like specialty items. So if I do bring my straightener, that'll go in here. Things like souvenirs often stay in here. If I am just traveling with these two bags, my laptop will go in here. Anything I need for the airplane will go in here, which is where the toiletries come in. When I'm going through TSA, I will move my toiletry bag to here just so that it's easier to take it out for the security point, but then I'll put it back in the big bag once I get through and settled. 9 times out of 10 leaving home, this bag's pretty empty. I kind of keep the space for souvenirs, as well as sometimes there's just things that you don't know you want until you see them. So coming back from my travels, this bag's almost always jammed full of different things, but heading out, it's pretty empty. Like I said, it's a 10-liter day bag. When you open it up, you do have this laptop pocket back here. I would say that it comfortably fits anything from a 13-inch. I have a 15-inch laptop and it is tight. I can get it in there, but it's a tight squeeze. Another nice thing is it has this mesh zippered pocket, which is really nice for bringing home things like magnets, kind of more fragile, but obviously not glass type things. But it keeps them safe because it's padded on both sides. On the front here, you've got this tiny pocket, which is great for things like sunglasses, hand sanitizers. There's a little key hook for keychains, your keys to your Airbnb and whatnot. Something I do think is worth mentioning, although there are these two water bottle holders, if this bag is full on top of your other bag, or even just if this bag is full in general, these are very skinny pockets, and a full water bottle doesn't fit comfortably. I don't know, maybe one of the plastic water bottles. As for the bigger bag, one of the other selling points other than the backpack pocket that sold me on it really was it opens up like a suitcase instead of the fill in the top bag style like the traditional backpacks are. This makes it a lot easier when you are traveling and you can kind of see all of your clothes, everything that you put in here. It has these two straps to help keep everything together, so when you go to zip it up, the fabrics don't necessarily get caught in the outside zippers, as well as having another mesh pocket here. Again, you want to be careful how much stuff you put in here though, because the day bag does have to zip onto here, so if it's bulging, it won't lay flat and the zippers won't line up. I know I'm gonna get this question a lot, but whether I use packing cubes or not, it depends on the type of travel, really. When I went to Australia and all the fabrics were super thin and lightweight, I did use packing cubes, especially to keep sand out of my clothes. I tried to use them again in Europe. However, due to having bulkier items, just due to the nature of the weather and versatility of the clothes we needed, they didn't go over so well. So if you haven't seen the Sweden video, I'll link it here. So when you go to put this bag on, and in fact any bag that you're looking at getting, you want to make sure that the fit is correct. This bag specifically does come in, I think, 3 or 4 different sizes in regards to the length, and that's supposed to line up with the length of your torso. If you go to a store, which I did, I went to Sale with my dad, and the worker helped measure me out, make sure that it fit in accordance to my body length, because if it doesn't, it's not going to distribute the weight correctly, and you're going to be in pain. I've had this bag be up to 20-25 kilos and it still felt lighter than a regular school backpack. All of that comes down to making sure that the straps are lined up correctly, fitting you properly, and the right size for you. So you want to make sure that the bag is the right size. You want to make sure that the bottom is sitting just above your tailbone there, and that the straps are positioned correctly. So when it comes to the straps, you want to make sure that the hip straps aren't up here on your waist. A lot of people think that your hips are up here. They're not. They're right down below kind of the widest part of your body. So almost where your butt is. So you want to make sure that the bag is sitting right above your tailbone. And you're going to pull these tight. The next thing you want to do is there's these straps up here that I think a lot of people don't even know about. These are what distributes the weight from putting the pressure on your back to moving it towards your shoulders. You want to make sure that your entire back is getting the weight distributed evenly, and it's not just pinpointing your lower back where you'll get strains and things like that. Once these ones here are tightened and the waist is tightened, you can feel free to start tightening these around your arms. You don't want them too tight so that they're cutting off circulation here, but you also want to be able to attach this one, which is more so for comfort than for support. You don't want, if this is tugging against you and pulling, then you need to distribute either these tighter or distribute the weight more so that it's above you and not hanging off of you. If this is tight, then it's going to be working the wrong muscles. All in all, I hope this video helped you if you are looking for a travel backpack or anything like that. If you're looking for something for hiking or camping, I wouldn't suggest this bag just because the back doesn't have a lot of ventilation. But for things like travel tourism or, like I said, multiple countries in a short span of time, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below, as well as any videos you'd be interested in seeing. Also, if you like this video, be sure to give it that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to be notified of more like it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next destination. Bye, guys!